Everybody, sorry for the delay. Welcome back to the A60 show. I'll be your host, A60, and we got a great guest coming on today. But before we do that, we're going to pay some bills. Let's give a special shout out to all my friends and family all over the East and West Coast. Appreciate you for always checking in with your brother. Also, I want to send my condolences to a passing of another brother of ours, T.O. We're going to dedicate this episode to him, because again, as I tell people, if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be no A60 show. Bottom line, hands down. We had the first interview. It wasn't like this. It was actually through my phone, but the first interview started with T.O. And that whole conversation and that whole movement started through the Hall of Fame. And we're going to get into some T.O. conversations tonight. But I definitely wanted to send my condolences to him. I know the wake and funeral is tomorrow. So all my brothers and sisters who's going, go pay your respects to a great man. This is what he wanted, the forum. So now we got to keep the movement going. He really believed in softball. It was just as big as basketball, as he called it. It was the Rucker Park. Kingston was like the Rucker Park of street ball, and he believed in it, and he really did. And that's another reason why we just kept this movement going as far as softball was related. That's why we kept the interviews going. That's why I kept the A60 reunions going, and I'm going to always keep everything going because of his vision. And we're going to keep it going with his vision and keep it moving with his vision. T.O., rest in peace to you and your family, my brother. Um, but then, I want to give a shout out to my Elite Learners family, Al Watson and Kamara Jackson. Thank you for always letting me use the facilities, the vehicles, whatever. I come home, you always open up your doors. I want to say thank you. Also, I want to give a shout out to Anthony and Heather D'Agostino, Queens Defenders. They're doing their thing, winning a lot of championships. Maybe they can come to Texas so, my Rebels can beat up on them. Why come to Queens and beat up on them? Don't make a difference how it works. We'll figure that out. Um, I want to give a shout out to JC1 Printing, my boy Uncle. Thank you for always hooking up that hat. You see the fitted. We got other stuff coming on here, but I want to say thank you for always taking care of me when you come in there. Um, the Spencer Squire Foundation, Anna and Patrick, thank you for always holding me down. Appreciate you. You've been doing it since I've been coaching all your kids since sixth grade, and you're still doing it. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And we're going to keep it moving with this. All right. Um, it's a lot going on in the world. It's a lot going on in the world, and mental health is definitely where we at right now. And as a man, I am at fault for learning how to deal with mental health. So, me and my brother are going to get on here and we're going to have a great conversation. But before I get on, I know we did a few interviews before this, but I don't really think people understand the relationship that I have with this man. Um, this is somebody I've known since I was 16, 17 years old. We met in the barbershop, played on the first team together in Kingston. I think we were probably one of the best dynamic duos that was there. I had to flee to home. I was the first one to defect. But this brother has always been stand up to me personally. He's always been genuine to me from day one. We just had a conversation the other day. He wants me to be more like him, be a bully, and I told him I just cannot do that. That is not in my demeanor. He knows that. But this is somebody that I lean on a lot. And when he was going through the things he was going through, we leaned on each other, and just being there for each other. So he's more than just a family member. He's special in my heart, in my place. And we brothers from another. We always say that. We call each other's cousins, but it's like brothers. So we always been there for each other. And a lot of you probably don't know who it is. And if you do know who it is, if you want to know who it is, if you want to find out, you're about to find out. Bring on my boy Molly Mall is in the building. What up?
What up, everybody?
What's good with you, fam?
Day to day, man, day to day.
Day to day. How do you handle
Absolutely.
the day to day?
Well, I handle the day to day by just being thankful that I wake up.
Mm,
Everything else after that, smooth sailing.
right.
Every day is a new day. My life changed May 20th at
Mm.
8:20 p.m. My life changed.
How did it change for you? If you want to share.
Well, my son got shot and killed.
Mm,
Changed life.
mm,
You know, it was just so much going on. I get a phone call, from my brother. I knew it was bad because he didn't want to tell me anything.
mm,
He didn't want to tell me nothing.
mm,
He just told me to meet him over. The ambulance just took him to the hospital. I get there, ambulance is not there. I was just going crazy. Now I
mm,
had just came home from Miami
mm, mm,
the day before,
mm,
and earlier that night I had just did a game downtown Brooklyn. I just umpired a game downtown.
mm,
So I drive through Myrtle Avenue so I could see if he was out there because
mm,
I use every time I do a game down there, I always bump into him or my nephew, you know, and that's always going to replay in my mind. This would be different if I had seen him.
mm.
This would be different, things would be different. But in actuality, this is what I'm supposed to be at this point in my life right now.
Mm.
I had to come to that realization. It's not an easy thing. Losing a child is the worst feeling that any parent could ever have.
Great, great. And for you doing that, can you explain to the people who have lost a child, a family member, and mainly a child, let's just say that, how do you handle that mentally? Because that's got to be something totally different to go on every day, man. For you, especially your only son, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you explain that to people?
Well, I can't really explain it. It's
Right.
just something that I didn't know who I was until this happened.
Mhm.
I didn't know the person that I was until this happened. And I need to correct you. I didn't tell you to be a bully. I told you to be an asshole. It's different.
Okay,
It's different. It's just
okay.
be an asshole, not a bully. Being a bully is never cool.
I didn't want to
I
say it
used
in
to
those
beat up.
terms.
I didn't like. I never liked bullies. I never liked bullies.
Okay.
But be an asshole though. You gotta be an asshole. But anyway, you know,
Mm,
it it got me in the mind frame now. Even though I was always been a thinker,
mm,
I'm more less reactionary than I used to be
mm,
now because I have to carry my son's legacy opposed to him carrying mine. So
mm,
I have to carry that now.
mm.
So it's a little bit different.
Right.
So a lot of things that people would have got they jaw broke or their teeth knocked out for, it's not going to happen now. Well, I can't say it won't happen
I'm
because
about to say
you
that's
know
about to,
mitigating circumstances.
that's about
Anything
to
in life
say
could have happened.
you're still gonna be you, but it's just gonna be different. So we're not gonna do that. You're
You
still
know,
gonna be you, so it's not gonna be different.
it's just a little bit different, though.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
yeah.
Because it's like when I have those moments,
Mm,
it's like my son is right there with me. Like, Dad, come on, man. You're
yeah,
getting too old for this now.
right.
You're too old for this. So, you know.
How
Yeah,
would
I got my little friend right here with me. She keep coming up on me.
she run up on
Cause
you?
she know
Okay.
anytime I go through something, she right there. She's right there with me.
How do
So
you, if you can, and put it in words, tell someone how to handle losing the loss of a child? Because you deal with it differently. Everybody deals with things differently. How would you explain that to the next person if that was to happen?
take it one day at a time and never get ahead of yourself. One day at a time. Because every day is a new day. Every day that you live is a new day. Because it's a new day without that child with you.
Mm-hmm.
You've had that child for that many years. Every day is a new day without the child there.
Mm-hmm.
No day is the same for me. I'm coming up on Thanksgiving. This is the first Thanksgiving without him.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the first Christmas, first New Year's. You know, his birthday came up while we was on our cruise. My
Mm-hmm.
wife, salute to my wife. She did a great job with the surprising me of with all of the stuff that we did, and having a private breakfast for us and stuff like that. She did a great job.
Shout out to
You
Jamal.
know,
Fam. Shout out.
yeah, she did a great job.
Definitely.
She
I
get on
want.
my nerve, but she did a great job.
Well, she wouldn't be. No, I was gonna say it. Then I want everybody jumping on me. So I'm not.
I just said that because I know she watching.
Oh yeah, she is. She already tapped in. She tapped in. Uh, I ain't trying to get beat up either, so I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna mess with that.
Only reason I said that because I know she watching.
um, I want to talk to you about mental health. Um, when I was going through something, I had to reach out to you, and you heard me talking and stuff like that. Why is it an issue for other men to reach out to other men when they're going through things? Do you see a
because
problem with that?
because we only know how to deal with each other, and we need to start more caring about one another like we used to.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as the ops. All of this op stuff is trash. Even growing up, some of my closest friends I had knockdown dragouts with.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that's still here, those are my closest friends, and we done went to war with one another.
Right.
It is what it is. Life is what it is, but we need to learn how to be more. Um, let me just not. Let me just say less violent with one another,
Mm-hmm.
because when you look at, and I just want to use this as a reference, when a police officer come through and kill somebody, we pick up picket signs and we do all of this marching and non-violent stuff when it comes to that. When it's an act of violence that was portrayed against somebody. But yet, when it's a non-violent act of someone just looking at you that looks like you're ready to kill them. It doesn't make sense. It
No,
makes no sense.
no, and I think that makes sense.
My wife just came out here laughing at me.
Yeah, it don't, none of it makes any sense whatsoever. But from the mental health part of it is just different to why other men don't reach out to other men to have that conversation. And
That's pride.
I can
That's
see, yeah,
that's purely pride,
mm,
because you don't want nobody to be like, yo, they seeing me like I'm messed up. No, man. I want to see everybody that I know do well. Anybody that need to reach out to somebody, man, reach out to me, bro. Reach out to me. We can talk. You know, some of y'all may not understand because I didn't seem like the talkative type when I was out there playing softball. It, Softball is softball. I'm out there playing, I'm competing against you, and there's nothing but love and respect for everybody that I competed to without and with and against out there.
mm,
You know, there's nothing but love. I want to see everybody do well. I don't want to see nobody struggle. And like you said, rest in peace to Tio.
mm,
You know, rest in peace to Russell. I got a chance to see Russell before he passed away, man. Me and my wife went to see him. You
mm,
know, I've always known Russell to be a big, strong dude, man.
mm.
And to see him in a weakened state was like real messed up for me, man. That shit hurt. That was
Mm.
my bro. That was my big bro. I love Russell to death, man.
Me and Russ was supposed to do an interview, and he didn't want to do it because he didn't want people to see him in the state that he was in. And I
Yeah.
told him, I said, man, they just want to see you, my brother. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Nah, I don't want nobody to see me like this, Al." And
Yo,
I understand, I dig it, but
it took
still,
him. It took him a lot to ask me to come see him because I was there. I was like, "Yo, Russ, I want to come see you. Where you at?" I had to really, really break Russ down to make him tell me where he was so I could go see him.
mm,
I had to break Russell down because Russell was like, "I don't want you to see me like this, big dog." I'm like, "No, I have to see you like this."
mm.
We all, because I know if it was the other way around, you'll be doing the same goddamn thing for me.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah, yeah.
You'll
You
be
know,
doing the
we,
same thing for me.
yeah, we gotta always say, rest in peace, Dyke. He
Yeah,
passed.
definitely. That was my
Dyke,
guy, man.
yeah, Dyke, another one, another one.
Ooh.
That was rough. That was a rough one. To, but anybody passing in that era that did it out there in that park with us, Dyke, Dyke didn't care. That dude was just different. Man, I don't care what nobody say. Yo, come on, come play. Let's go. Al, you here this weekend? All right, come on and play. Even when I flew in just for the weekend, Al, you be here Monday? I'm like, yeah. He said, well, come out and play. No, man, I'm not coming out to play. But, that was just like, and I hate the fact that every year we go by, we lose somebody. It's almost like I'm scared of getting older, man. Like
No, you shouldn't be scared to be older.
we was doing
Because
this
see,
16, 17.
but see, the thing is this, right? The longer you live, the more people that you love you're gonna see die.
Mm,
That's just a fact of life. The longer you live, the more people you love you're gonna see die.
mm,
One day it's gonna be us. The people that love us are gonna see one of us go. They're gonna see it. It's inevitable.
mm. Yeah, I ain't ready to go no time soon. So,
Right? Nobody is ready to go. When it's time to go, it's time to go.
mm.
You know?
we also we also have, hate to say it, but we have something in common, and we both lost our mothers. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I don't know how you handled that. If you want to touch on it a little bit, because I can tell you, I still don't know how to handle. Um, I
Well,
still don't
it's
know how to handle it.
it's something it's something that you can never get used to
Mm,
because your mother, being that you were incubating in her for 9 months, that's the only person in life that will ever understand you.
mm,
That's the closest thing that you have to God was your
mm,
mother.
mm,
It's not something that's easy. Now, I lost my mother 2019.
mm,
2024, my son is gone. And
mm.
and ironically, my son died on Dave Goldstein's birthday,
Yeah, that's crazy.
May 20th,
I didn't even
a
know that.
day a day after my sister's birthday.
Mm. Wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't put all that together.
Hmm.
Damn,
Yeah,
it's tough, man. And like I said, I still struggle with it. Still have a hard time, especially during the holidays,
yeah.
and not getting that good food that you used to get. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
So,
still get it. My wife throw down, baby.
oh
I
yeah,
still get it. I'm
yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah. See, you good,
You
huh?
know.
It's not the same as mom's, but you got. I get it.
I'm lucky. I got lucky.
There you go. That's what's up. That's
I
what's
got
up.
lucky.
I want to ask you this question, right? Why people don't put you in their top 10 as softball players in Kingston or in St. John's Park? Why?
Honestly, I don't know. And I personally don't give a damn. I never cared if people liked me. I really never did. And if my mother was around, my mother would be popping on the screen right now. She was in this house with me right now. I come from a big family. I have six brothers and a sister. It was
Mm-hmm.
eight of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't care if my brothers and sisters played with me when I was a kid. I would stay off in the corner by myself. I ain't give a damn about nobody else. I don't care about nobody's opinion. Nobody has to like me. I know what I did. They know what I did. And it is what it is. Whether you like me or not, I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't want to be in nobody's top 10. I don't care about nobody's top 10. I don't care. I don't. The people that know that I speak with, they know what I did, and I'm comfortable listening to them telling me what I did. And that's all that matters. Because you can't tell that story in the 90s of that park, and I don't get a mention.
That's true. That's true. I still don't think you won the bet, though. You know, I
I
still
beat
don't.
y'all every year. You and my brother, I beat y'all every
I still
single
don't
year,
think
bro.
we got to
I
do those
beat y'all
numbers.
dudes. I beat y'all dudes like a
We
drum, bro.
we got to do those numbers over. You might have hit the home run, but we got to do them. We got to do those numbers over. Sean got to figure this out. We look.
Sean can't figure out anything. He was in last.
Well, we know that.
So at the end of the day, he was in last.
He still think the little home run he hit that counted, but it didn't count. But that was one thing I will say. We played on that Legends, and then we went to the Horsemen and the Cubs, and me and you and Sean was always very competitive with each other, opposed to anything else. We were very competitive. I wasn't gonna let you go 3 for 4 without me trying to go 3 for 4. Like it wasn't gonna happen. Like I wasn't doing that. And and
But
then
I went 3 for 4 most of the time.
and then we both
So
played the outfield, so we was always trying to throw somebody out. You know,
I think I won that too. But
no,
we're
no you
gonna leave that
listen,
alone. We're
listen,
gonna leave that alone. We're
nah,
gonna leave that alone. I think I won that easily too. And
nah,
it wasn't
we ain't
even
gonna do that.
close.
We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. I'll give you the home runs. That's as far as you get. That's it.
Nah, bruh. Nah,
As
nah,
far as
nah,
you get. As
nah.
far as you get. I don't know. We're gonna find them books somewhere. But when you got to the part that we're playing with that Legends team, because we didn't know what to expect. At that time, if I'm not, and you can correct me, we thought we was gonna have Sauce playing third base for us or something like that. You know what I mean? Like we didn't know who we was gonna have playing on that team until that first game. Um, what do you remember about that first season that stuck out to you the most?
That first season, I remember, God bless the dead, listening to Big Dennis and Ron Tillman.
Hmm.
But I've known Ron for a lot longer than Derek Oliver as well. Because again, Ron Tillman is Tom this project, and I'm from Sumner.
Right.
You know, his kids, they're like my little brothers and nephews and all of that stuff, just like with Derek Oliver. Those are my guys.
Hmm.
They watch me grow up.
Hmm.
So when I felt comfortable seeing, I didn't know Big Dennis until then,
Okay.
but Ron Tillman and Dio knew them. Water as well, because Water used
I'm
to
about to say,
live.
isn't water from?
Water too. Water lived right over here. Used to live right over here in the courtyard over on
Okay.
my end, by my end. But I know these dudes, so I felt comfortable there.
Hmm.
You know, and just the talks. And Do was like, "Yo, you already made the damn team. Just do what we know you could do."
You
So
played before that in that park?
no, no. But
Oh,
they
okay,
just know
okay.
me from playing around the way.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought I had played there already. I didn't know.
Mm-mm.
Okay, okay. So that kind of made it easier than when you got there and you knew a lot of the guys already. Um, my fond memory was um, I didn't know who Fatty was, and
Fatty was great, bro.
I didn't know. And then they was like, "Yo, this dude was nice back in the days," and I'm like, "What?
And
Yeah,
he
whatever."
doesn't he doesn't get the proper respect that's due to him as well.
I agree. I
He
agree.
doesn't get that proper respect. He doesn't get the proper respect that he's supposed to get.
But
Fatty
that's
was
that's
great.
from the OGs that do know. You know what I'm saying? The younger guys, they not gonna know. We know because we've been around pretty much everybody, so we know. Um, I know we made the playoffs that first year.
No, we didn't. We actually didn't. We missed out. The Nubians beat us out when Lou
I thought
missed
we
the
made the
ball in
playoffs
center
that year.
field. Lou missed the ball in center field.
We I thought we made and we played more better, or was that the Horsemen we played more better?
That was the Horseman.
That was Horsemen. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that was the Horseman. Yeah, the Legends. Yeah, we missed out, and Fatty wouldn't let us play in the Commissioner's Cup. Fatty wasn't doing that.
Fatty
Fatty
said,
wasn't
no.
doing that.
Fatty said we can't do that one.
Nah.
So we changed the name of the team to the Horsemen,
Yeah.
and we come back, and we got stronger because we got Jesse Pancake, right? That's when we got them.
Yep. Jesse Pancake. Um,
Mhm.
Brad. Brad was
Oh
there.
yeah, Brad was tough. Yeah, Brad was tough.
Yeah, Brad was with us.
Wasn't Brad from your side of town too?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad. I remember Brad. Brad was tough too. I like Brad.
Brad was good. Brad was good. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
we had a good
definitely
stuff.
was.
We had a
We
good
had
stuff.
fun, man. We just had a lot of fun. That team was full of a bunch of jokesters, man. And again, rest in peace to Daryl Maynard as well as Eddie Butch Smith.
Yeah,
Because
Butch.
Butch Butch was coaching me since I was like 5 years old, man. I've known
Butch.
Butch since I was like 5 years old.
Remember, Butch used to give us the truck. We go to the video
Oh
center.
man.
Just give us, yeah, y'all gotta get away from me. Get away from me. Go get the truck and go. Oh man, it was a fun time.
Boy, he just don't know what kind of trouble we was getting into in that truck, boy.
Oh Lord have mercy. As long as we brought it back with some gas, he was good.
Yeah, he ain't care.
When we played out there early, what do you think of what was your thoughts on the talent that you saw when we first got out there? Like let's go to that first season. What do you think about the talent? Because for me, I can honestly tell you it was first of all, I never seen softball played like that. My first year. I've played, but not like that. And as we continue to play, I thought, like I said, man, some of these guys are really, really good. You know what I mean? What did you think at that moment, that first year?
That first year, like I said, we played. I even remember our first game. We played the Hawks. The first game.
The Hawks?
Yeah, first game of the season. First game we ever played out there. We played against the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've never seen that many people in a park other than a basketball tournament.
That's true.
And it was 9 o'clock in the morning. These motherfuckers was out there 9 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And when they see a new person, they know every player out there. And they know every new player out there too.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see what these young boys, these new boys gonna do. We're gonna see what we got some new meat out here. We got some fresh meat out here. We're gonna see what they do. But the talent level was amazing, bro. It was
Mm-hmm.
amazing. It was amazing. But me being who I am, I was running around doing things. I didn't stay out there in the park all the time.
Mm-hmm.
After my game, I had a basketball game or something somewhere, so I had to run, and do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But it was it was great talent out there. And then when I first saw Mo Better,
Mm-hmm.
when they was doing the jumping jacks and stuff, these looking like a bunch of black ass Jack LaLannes out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was different.
Mm-hmm.
It was different. I was like, wow. Hmm.
When when did you? I'm not saying you never took it serious when you walked into that park. When did you notice that this was real? Like,
The
yo,
first day I walked out there.
or the first day? Okay.
Yeah, the first day I walked out there, I'm looking around. I'm like, what the? I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I thought it was the regular park I used to play in as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We used to be out there in the park after they renovated. We used to be playing on the monkey bars and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen this many people in this park other than the basketball tournament over there.
Right.
Never seen that many people in the park before. I knew it was something.
Yeah. That was definitely different for us being out there and playing. Um, I don't know. I think more as the season went on is when I said, you know what, this is starting to get real. I think the only thing that pissed me off more than anything when a lot of those dudes from the Clippers would come and they didn't show up some games, and when we'd be there, we waiting for them to play. I think that was the only thing that really pissed me off majority of the times when we didn't know if we were going to have 11 or 10 sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And for
Yeah,
some reason, Fally figured out how to get everybody there. But that was it for me.
yeah, because we had Charlie, whose son was the eighth pick in the draft in the MLB draft by the Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, Kev,
Mm-hmm.
um, CL was
See,
on the team with us.
yeah, yeah.
You know, eh, man, we had some good dudes, man. But
We did.
we just had to make sure the schedules lined up with the Clippers and with us over there.
Yeah. When you let's talk about
Knock it off.
let's talk about moving on, and because I think we made the playoffs our second year, or was it our third year
The second year.
with the Horsemen?
Yeah.
That when we made that playoffs, because now we in the ranks for the for us people starting to recognize us as being really good.
Yeah.
Um, that's when I started saying, yeah, this is the real deal. Because if you think about it, we did what we did the first year. We made a name for ourselves individually. We knew what we can do, but now we needed to bring more people around us. So we got better as we got around. We were still missing a few pieces, but we got better. Um, did you feel any pressure at any given time as we started growing?
No. No. Pressure is self-imposed. I think anybody that talk about they feel pressure or something, that's something that you bring on yourself. You make the game bigger than what it really is. It's still the same game, same amount of innings, same amount of outs. Ain't nothing changed.
Mm,
You just got to look at it that way. I didn't feel any pressure for anything
mm,
because you got a 50% chance of getting a hit and a 50% chance of not.
mm.
That's it. See the pitch you love and you take the best swing you can.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I felt, and I honestly, I don't think I felt pressure. I just think I just wanted more for us to be successful. You know what I mean? I
Well,
wanted us to win. And then I knew we had it, but I just knew we needed some more pieces. But that's what I wanted more. So not saying it was pressure, but just for us to get, to get on that big stage like everybody. Because we wanted to play on the stage. We wanted to play and dance. And that's when the third year came. We added Eric to the team and we added a few more other pieces to the team. And we were actually, I don't know if we won our first 8 games or something like that. The third year.
yeah, we won a lot of games right off the
Yeah,
bat, and
I
I
think
I
yeah.
thought we was moving in the right direction when we got Eric on the squad.
Yeah.
I thought we was moving in the right direction, and it just fell apart after that.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with management and the infighting they had with one another.
Mhm.
Because remember, Steve was managing that team. God bless
Yeah,
Steve,
yeah,
Magic's
yeah.
brother.
Steve
Steve
was.
was
Yeah,
managing that team.
yeah, he was. Yeah,
Steve was managing that team, and he was trying to build around you, me, and Eric.
yep,
He was trying to build that. Well, and Jesse as well.
yeah.
He
Just,
wanted to build around us. I
mhm.
don't know where all the infighting came from, with all the other stuff, but I think that was our best shot to
Yeah.
compete
Then I,
because that year, that year we got hosed when I hit the walk off home run against Dyke and they called it a double. God bless Dyke. Irv Brown, God bless Irv Brown. I love you, Irv
oh,
Brown.
that was on the Herkimer side, right? Wasn't that the Herkimer?
Yeah.
That's on the Herkimer
Irv
side.
Brown. I
Yeah,
love you and Dyke. That was a home run, Irv. That was a home run to walk off to win that game. We supposed to win. We supposed to win on with that.
was Dav on that team? Was Dav on that team? No, I don't. Was Dav on that team?
I think Dad was playing with USA that year,
Yeah, I
if
don't
I'm not
think Dav was
mistaken.
on that team. Crime. I don't think Dav played with Horsemen. No, I don't think so.
Now Dad played with the Horsemen later. I mean with the Cubs probably.
Oh,
I
that's
don't think he
Cubs. That's Cubs.
that was
Crime.
Cubs. He didn't play he didn't play with the Horsemen.
That's second year, the second tier Cubs, not the first year Cubs.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because then that next year we became the Cubs.
yeah.
We became the Cubs. That was a really good team. We merged with the Rebels, Mike. Shout
Yeah,
out to Mike. We merged with them. We had a really, really good team until
yeah.
we ran into that Black Sox team. God damn, they still
That
scoring.
Black Sox team, I still think is, if they not the best team that I've ever seen out there, is damn close. That team was almost perfect, bro. That Black Sox team was almost perfect.
Mm,
They didn't have a weakness nowhere.
it was tough.
Nowhere. They had no weaknesses.
It was tough. That was a tough, strong group. And I remember if I'm not mistaken, we either split with them or we swept them during the season.
Nah, I think we split, but they whooped our ass in the playoffs.
Boy,
Yo, I think they still hitting right now.
if
I think
Reg
they
come
still hitting.
if Reg come on here, that's exactly what he's going to say. He said we still running the bases on y'all, man.
Yo, man. And it all started with a ground ball to the second baseman that Speedy hit.
Mm-hmm.
He threw it to first and let the guy go from first to second. Instead of turning to two, they hit like, I think like 25 straight out the park, doubles and home runs. I've never seen nothing like that in my life, bro. I've never seen nothing like that. That was scary. They whooped our ass, bro.
Yeah, they murdered
It
us.
was so bad that Norm walked out there because it was no mercy rule in the playoffs. Norm went
Mm-hmm.
out there waving that white flag, bro. I didn't feel bad at it either, man. I just got off that field, and
Yeah,
it's
I
when
was,
it's
go
a
ahead
good
and start.
team,
Go ahead and start drinking.
yo, man. It's a good team. You got outs have to be outs.
You got to make them when you can make them. Mm-hmm. Jeff said he wanted to know if he heard that you put it on the tracks.
Yeah, yeah.
It was in practice, Jeff, when he did it. So
No,
yeah,
it doesn't. No, that was the first one I did. Knock it off. That was the first one. That was the first one.
yeah,
But during the game, yes, I did.
yeah, he did it. He did it. I'm trying to think. Was the Atlantic side you did it?
No, I did it from Herkimer to Atlantic.
Yeah. Okay. What was the intensity in the park during the playoffs when we made it? What you think that intensity was?
It was electric. We was trying to be the new kid on the block,
Mm.
but the old guard was like, not on our watch, buddy. Y'all gonna have to beat somebody else some other time. We
Yeah,
gonna whoop y'all ass. We
yeah.
gonna whip y'all ass. We gonna make sure y'all know what it is. And they did what they did. They did what they were supposed to do. They beat us. They
Mm,
never gave us an opportunity because when you're supposed to beat a team, the worst thing you can do is give them life and allow them to think they have a chance to beat you. And they
mm,
never gave us an opportunity to think we had a chance to win.
mm.
When they had us down, they stepped on our ass and they kept it. And that's what a great team is supposed to do.
Right. Do you think that being that we saw a lot of teams win or we lost to, as you continue to play, is a reason why you learned how to win and be competitive on that winning side to eventually get those championships because you've seen how those other teams do it? Do you believe in that?
Well, I mean, you can look at them, but it's you just looking at them is looking at them. But when you have the discussions with the guys that win and they talk to you, and then you start understanding that, especially when you start going to play with guys like that, they
Mm,
will teach you how to win.
mm,
You know, that's pretty much how it goes.
mm.
Looking at them is looking at them. But
Right.
when you're around them and you start absorbing that knowledge that they give, that's when things can change for you.
Mm,
There was a lot of veterans out there. Going to play with Brooklyn is what helped me out a lot. Going
mm.
to play with Brooklyn.
Okay, that's where I'm going. Yeah. Okay.
But even before that, God bless Mike Marsh.
Mike
I've
Monk.
known Mike since the early 80s, man. I know Mike since the early 80s when I was, doing what I did as a young lad when I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing. But I've known Mike, and this is some street shit, but I've known Mike, and Mike was trying to get me out there earlier than that,
Hmm.
trying to get me to come out to play in St. John's and Kingston earlier, like 90, 90 when Kingston first came over to when they first left from Gersh and came over there,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Mike used to be like, "Yo, man, you need to come out and play some softball with us over here," because he tried to get me in St. John's first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm running. I ain't got that time for that, Mike. I'll catch you another time, and just keep running, keep moving, doing what I was doing, and you know, it was just that time. My brother was playing out there, and you know, he had me cornered in the barbershop, him and Butch. And Butch was like, "You coming the fuck out there to play?" And I was like, "All right, whatever, man." And then Fatty was talking to us in the barbershop that day. He
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Yo, man, I hear you can play." I was like, I ain't really interested in playing no softball, man. And he was like, "Oh, you must not be shit." Fatty talk shit. So
That sound like Fatty. That sound
Fatty
like
talk
Fatty all
smack,
day.
bro. So Fatty challenged me, so I came out to play ball and show him that I can do what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been fun after that.
Yeah, it's definitely been a good ride. There's been a lot of great players out there that you mentioned one of them, the Mike Marshes, the JBs. I'm gonna give you another one. Me and you talked about our brother Jacob. They don't give credit to.
Pound for pound, the most talented big softball player that I've ever seen. Period. Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob is different.
Never seen any talent like that in my life.
Different, hands down. I remember playing because I think me and him started playing in St. John's together first. And he actually was playing shortstop at the time before he even went to the outfield.
Yeah, there's a reason why he went to the outfield
Well,
too.
we knew it because his arm was all over the place.
Yeah.
He could get the ball, that was the problem, but he was throwing it all over the place. Yeah, I mean, he could get to it, but you don't know where it's going. But I've seen that dude go through walls, man. Like literally out there. And that is another brother I don't feel like gets the respect that he deserves. They focus on everything he does off that damn field more than what he did on that field. And I think he deserves to get that credit. Because every team that I've played on him with, that softball or basketball, because we play basketball together. That dude has always been stand up and been riding with you from day one. And when you say talent like that, bro, you cannot mention that any park without putting his name in it. Just because he's not in your top, you got to put him in there somewhere. I don't care what
Yeah.
nobody say.
And he didn't stop running. He never listened to anybody. He was he was like a light skinned version of Calvin Boone because there was no stop sign for him on the base path. There was no stop sign. He was a light skinned version of Calvin Boone, yo.
It's funny. He, it's funny you say that. We playing in the A60 game this year, and he did exactly that. He did exactly that. And then eventually he just got tired. He said, "Look, I'm not running no more." And then they just tapped him.
He runs all day, bro. He runs all
So
day.
that's funny you say that, man.
And it's funny, he's a hell of a fucking umpire right now, too.
Yeah, I heard that he's doing his thing out there. I heard.
Hell of a fucking umpire, too.
Salute to you, Jacob. Good job, brother. Good job, man.
Also, another very, very underrated. And he's rarely, I don't hear anybody speak about this dude.
Mm.
Poppy from the Regulators in center field, extremely underrated
Oh,
softball
agreed.
player.
He
Extremely underrated softball player, bro.
another go getter in center field. Definitely legitimate arm, legitimate bat, hands down. Think he lacked speed. That was it. But when it came to patrolling center field for the Regulators, he was definitely that guy, hands down. Yep.
I mean, speed is speed.
Hmm.
Getting a good jump is getting a good jump, and that's something that you can't teach. I don't give a fuck how fast you are. If your jumps are horrible, you'll never get to the ball.
Hmm.
He knew how to play everybody in that park, yo.
Hmm.
Everybody.
And he was loyal.
Yes. Because
He,
he had opportunities to leave, and
yeah,
he would not leave the Regulators.
he was loyal. He did not go. He did not veer. He stayed the cornerstone in center field. Even when I had the opportunity to play with them, and they was like, Al, you can play center, and I was like, nope. Leave Poppy in center. I'll go over here to left field. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his position. I'm not messing with that. And that's how much respect I had for him as a center fielder, as another center fielder. You know what I'm saying? But yes, he's another person I don't get talked about. What's the name don't get talked about that much? Little Carlton, who used to play for Genesis.
No, definitely. Carlton
I
was
seen
great
that
too.
dude dive flat out on concrete.
Carlton was great too, man. And he was a funny ass dude, boy, because he always had a joke when I saw him.
Yeah, he's
Shout
definitely
out to Carlton.
shout out, shout out to Carlton. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's a lot of people. We can sit up here. We can go name for name about a lot of people that don't get the recognition because they wasn't on that top tier in whatever that top tier shit is. I mean, they
Top
figured.
tier is most about popularity than talent.
Mm,
It's more of a popularity contest. I'm just gonna be honest.
so
I'm gonna
basically,
be honest.
you're telling me it's based on the people that like you or how much you recognize. That's
Yeah,
why you get okay.
yeah, because you know, I'll grant you the Al Watson, great, great. Butch Nelson is my favorite softball player of any era. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I think that's the most complete softball player ever. And that does not take away from Seven or Al Watson. Those dudes deserve that. They deserve it. But when people are talking about stuff, they're going to talk about who they had relationships with more so than talking about guys with talent.
Mm,
You know, they're going to
mm,
talk about the people that were closest to them.
mm,
But it's all good.
mm,
It's all good. Like I said, when I transitioned from playing in Kingston and I went up to play with the Hornets in St. John's
mm.
with God bless the dead with Fred. Because remember, my first team was the Hornets before I went to the Eagles. I went to the Eagles the following year.
We played with the Hornets. Yeah, yeah, we did the
You
Hornets.
know, we played with the Eagles the next year with Stan. God bless the dead.
Stan.
Love Stan.
Thank you for all those jerseys, Stan.
Yeah. you know, had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun up there in St. John's as well.
Yeah, we going when you got to St. Well, let's before we leave Kingston because we're going to talk about St. John's. I want you to give me your five powerhouse teams that you know of that you can say that when they played or you played against them, they were the teams that was like, man, you know.
Well, well, you got Mo Better, Black Sox, pretty much the same thing.
Mm,
But you got AL, Brooklyn, because I played against them too,
mm,
you know. And let me see. My first year, I mean, the Outlaws was pretty good the first year we came out there as well.
yeah,
Posse was good. You know, it's hard to just say five.
it is. It is. It is.
It's hard
Showtime,
to just say
good.
five.
Showtime.
Well, the Outlaws were
That's
Showtime
true.
became
That's true.
they
That's
they
true. You're
came
right.
from that.
You're
They
right. You're
came
right.
from that. They went
Yeah,
from the
everybody that
Outlaws to
was there
becoming
came over there.
Showtime.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, you're right.
You
You're right.
know,
Yeah.
the heavies, the Russells, God bless the dead, God bless the dead,
Larry,
Heavy and Red, yeah,
Junior. Yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
guys, yeah, man.
I agree with you on
Posse was strong.
that.
Brooklyn was strong. AL, which came later. Black Sox, Mo Better. You can go on with a lot of those guys. They were real good teams.
Yeah, it was some good teams. A lot of teams that people forget about that was really good. Those Playboy teams were good. They
Yeah,
had
Playboys was good. God bless Dan too. Yeah,
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 bands. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of. I want to say teams that came later that became really good. Um, TNF, TNF.
Well, TNF was already there. They was there when we first got there. They were the sleepers. A lot of people don't.
Okay.
A lot of
Oh,
people
okay.
don't
They
remember that.
changed the name. Okay. 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 Okay.
They were
Yes,
the
you're right.
sleepers.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. So wait a minute. So that's how the Playboys, Sleepers, and Tina was that same thing? I
Nah,
might be confused.
totally different. Totally different teams. Totally different. Matter
Um,
of fact, the first year, I think they was the Hurricanes. I think the first year we came out there, the sleepers were the Hurricanes because they went from the sleepers to the Hurricanes, and then they went to TNF, if
mm-hmm,
I'm not mistaken.
mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of good teams back then, man. You can't.
because my cousin Roger was playing on that team. The first year we played out there, my cousin Roger was playing with Panama and Reynolds.
Yeah, yeah,
He was
yeah.
playing on that team with them.
Mhm. Yeah, there was, Kingston, was dangerous at a lot of parts. They just based on the teams, but you knew who the consistency was every year. And of course, the foundation started with that one team because even USA had a good team. Um,
Yeah. Also USA as well.
USA had a
USA
good
was good
team.
too.
They had a good team. Um, I mean, I wish I would have played with some of those players back then, man. But you hear their stories, like the Dwight Madisons, you know what I'm saying, the Woos. I played
I
with.
got a chance to play with Wu, man. I played for Brooklyn, baby. I know who and everything about Wu, baby. I played for Brooklyn.
There's so much.
So I got to see the great Wu walking in there with his bat and his glove on the bat like it was back in the 70s or something like that, and hitting
Mm.
bombs.
See, I
It
didn't, I
was
didn't,
amazing.
I didn't get that opportunity. I had to look from a distance.
But
And
everybody forget that Wu played for played for Excalibur when I first got into St. John's with the Hornets. He played for Excalibur. Excalibur, everybody on Excalibur was great, bro. The whole team was great.
was he playing with Excalibur?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Tap was 1-0, nigga.
Well, I know seven was one. I know that. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know that. I didn't know what was over there. I thought he was always with USA.
Mm-mm. He played with Excalibur that year. Mike Marsh was on that team too.
Well, I know Mike was on that team. I know Mike. Ron Lashley was on that team. The Lil Mikes.
Yeah. Earl. A lot of people forget about Earl. Earl could hit that ball out that park too.
I need to get with Earl, man. I need to get with my
I
man.
just saw I just saw Earl last on Sunday. He just did a game
I need
on
to get.
Five Diamond.
He got my phone number. I got to get him on to do an interview. I got to get him on to do an interview. He said he wanted to do an interview, so I got to get him on there. You got to hit him up, man. Damn. See, I know I should have asked him that question, but that's cool. That I got him.
That Excalibur team. Big Jake was on that squad.
Oh, I know.
That team was loaded. Loaded.
No. If I can get in contact with him, Jeff, I would like to find him. Panama. It's about Panama.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just spoke to Reynolds last week. I
Yeah.
just spoke to Reynolds
Yeah.
last week.
Or Reynolds, one of them. If I get one of them, that'll
I
be
just
great.
spoke to him last week.
Yep.
He go under the name of Harry Donovan on Facebook. So if you
Oh
can
no,
look him
he
up that way.
put my man government
Yeah.
out there like that.
Yeah. But
Come
that's the
on.
name he go under there now. He ain't under his actual government.
Oh,
He's
okay.
under the name of Harry Donovan.
Okay.
I'm just telling y'all, he ain't under his regular government.
Mm, um. All right, let's jump into St. John's. Me and you have this conversation, and we talk about it a lot. The different pitches in St. Between the two. I hate that damn pitch, but I love it. But I hate it too. I hated it because I couldn't. I feel like I couldn't get no lift on the ball because it was so damn high. You loved it, but I didn't. Um, I mean, I already know the answer to this question. I'm just doing it over again. You feel like that the pitch is difficult to hit for some people who don't know how to hit that 6 to 10 pitch?
That's because y'all allow the ball to drop too much. Reggie's gonna tell you the same thing whenever he pops on here. He's gonna tell you the same thing. You're not supposed to let the ball drop so much. You're supposed to hit the ball up. That's the key to hitting the arc pitch, is hitting the ball up. The arc pitch is less muscle involved in it than the straight in. The straight
Right.
in, the ball is lower. You have to supply the power to it. It's a different. It's just a different way of it's just discipline. It's our discipline. You
Right.
never let the ball drop too low, and that was the thing with you. That's why you didn't hit the ball like that, because you always like the low pitch. The low ball was always your best pitch.
Yeah, it was. Ain't
So
gonna
you let the ball drop, and you're supposed to try to catch the ball up here.
lie. I mean, I figured it out eventually. It just took me longer than expected to do it. I think that's why I transitioned better in Kingston. I rather I was
But
better down there than going up
I
there.
can hit arc pitch, fast pitch, and slow pitch all in the same day, and I won't miss a beat.
I
It
mean,
doesn't affect me that way.
yeah,
It
it
doesn't
won't.
affect me that way.
Yeah, I agree. It won't change anything. I love fat pitch. I used to love playing fast pitch. I used to love that. I thought I was playing hardball all over again. So, um, but there are some people who who just didn't like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we still
but
had our baseball swings. Agreed, crime. We did. That was the gift and the curse sometimes with your baseball swing. So it was good. Those teams in St. John's, huh, they was different. It was different, man. Even though we was playing with the Hornets, the Eagles, before we even started getting on those better teams, we had to break in. Um, what do you think about some of those teams that was out there? The Excaliburs, the USAs, the Tribes, the Genesis, uh, the
the
Outlaws,
Clippers,
the Clippers,
Outlaws,
the Outlaws. The last year that the first year we came up there, they stopped. I think they stopped that year. Um, I think we was going to play them when we was with the Eagles or Hornets or one of them, and they didn't show up. It was a 9 o'clock game. They didn't show up.
the Regulators was a good team up there.
Regulators
Even
definitely.
though, even though our Eagles team put the beats to them.
Oh, Swiss Beats, keep it. You heard that? Keep on here.
I don't care. I tell Keeper this every time. We the reason y'all broke up. We broke up the Regulators.
Oh my God.
Y'all thought y'all had an easy W, right? Y'all thought y'all had that easy W playing against the Eagles. Y'all was in the
Keep
club.
it.
Y'all was in the club that night before, huh, Keeper? Getting drunk. Y'all was partying hard. We was home sleep waiting to beat y'all ass the next day.
Keep it said. Keep it just said bullshit. Keep it. It's okay, dog. It's okay. We got you, Keep it. It's okay, baby. It's okay. I'll let you rebuttal. I
Oh
can let you
God.
rebuttal. Keep it. You want me to send you the link to rebuttal? I'll let you rebuttal.
Woo, that was funny, boy. Keeper's my guy, man. I love that dude to death,
Yeah,
man.
that's my dude,
That's
Keith.
my dude.
What?
Yo,
What?
I got hold on for a second, man. Somebody ringing my bell
This
crazy.
dude doing
I got it.
intermission. I guess this is our commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, if you want to see this on Facebook, please share and like this post. I would appreciate it. Also, if you want to go to my YouTube channel, go to Chopping It Up with A60 as my YouTube channel, and you get to see and
Give me
subscribe
another water, please.
to all of our videos that we do and interviews that we got coming up. So I would appreciate it. Please like and share this. If you're on here right now, please like and share. Also, go to my YouTube channel, Chopping It Up with A60. I would appreciate that. You said we parted because we knew we was poised to smoke it. Get out of here, Keeper. You wasn't smoking nobody.
Man,
Keeper said they was
please.
gonna smoke us.
Hey, yo, man, y'all better bow down, bro. We won't win this championship this year, bro.
Didn't you
Y'all
say that
better y'all
last year?
better pay attention. Shut up, man. I don't care about last year. That was last year.
What place y'all in? How many did y'all lose yet?
We lost the game because our quarterback. Well, it was a rule. It was a rule. There was a 10-second runoff,
Hmm.
and we ended up losing by one in Oregon. But it's all right. We'll be right. We'll be rolling right back.
We'll see. Now, let me ask you a question. The atmosphere in St. John's and Kingston, was it two different atmospheres or was it the same, in your
Two
opinion?
different atmospheres.
Mm.
Two different atmospheres. Totally different.
It was different up there. What?
Well, different but the same because it's a lot of familiar faces, and then there's a lot of people that didn't come down to Kingston
Right,
that only stayed there. Remember,
right,
there was some people that only went to Kingston,
right.
and some people that only went to St. John's. They didn't go back and forth. The uptown downtown stuff. You know how it
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Which pitch did you prefer?
I like both of them.
That's
I
not
like them
answering the
both.
question. Just answer the question,
No, it's
man.
no preference. I like to play both. I love to play both pitches.
Why my family got to be the most difficult people in the world?
No, I don't have a preference over either or. I love to play both. I love both of them equally.
What about fast pitch?
Fast pitch, I love to play that just like that. Slingshot, all of that. Windmill, it didn't make a difference. It's a ball. See ball, hit ball.
This dude, he's got to be.
No, I'm just telling you the see, with fast pitch,
Mm-hmm,
the pitcher is supplying you the power. In the slow pitch, you have to add the power yourself.
mm-hmm.
That's it. Just hitting principles.
Okay. You still play?
Not like I want to, you know. I was playing in the 52 and over this past year and, went out there,
Uh,
running, tweaked my leg. And
oh,
then what happened to my son happened right after that.
yeah, yeah.
And then I didn't go back out there at all.
Okay, okay.
Shout out to Will Reyes for inviting me to play with Latinos Unidos. I still got my uniform and all that downstairs. But, the funniest thing happened out there, right? First game I go out there, opening day for the 52 and overs on a Saturday.
Either your camera died or your
First
back.
opening day is a Saturday. My bad. Somebody was just calling me, but I have to shut that down.
Uh,
So opening day is a Saturday. And I get a base hit up the middle and I'm running down the first base. I forgot my belt. My pants fell out while I was running down the first base, yo. Hilarious, most hilarious shit ever, bro.
really?
Man, what the hell's going on?
You see me?
Oh boy.
No, no. So what you probably have to do, you hear me? Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to go out. Look at me again. You hear me? He'll be back in a minute. Hello?
Yep.
You hear me?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know if y'all heard that last one, but like I said,
They heard,
opening,
they heard, they heard
yeah,
your pants falling down. They
yeah,
heard you.
man, that was the funniest shit ever, yo. Funniest shit ever.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, now we're gonna do something, a segment that I call Around the Diamond, where we're gonna do Kingston, we're gonna do St. John's. You get to pick whoever you want. You can include yourself. We're doing bottom of the seventh, the best defense you're gonna have out there. Now, with you, because I know you're an offensive guy, we can do both. We can make a lineup and we can do defense. However you want to do it. But we're gonna call it around the diamond, and we're gonna defense. We up, but you're up by 1 run. You're on the defensive side. I said bottom top. Who who's pitching for you first?
Speedy,
Yeah. Who's catching?
Bruce Reed,
Bruce don't get the respect too. That's another guy who's tough behind the plate. Um, who's at first?
Lenny Benjamin,
LB was a problem. LB was a problem. Who you got at second?
Al Watson,
Short,
7.
third base.
Third base, I'll put Butch Nelson.
That's normally the three that's been stuck around every time so far.
That's my favorite softball player. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Who you got in left?
And left, I'll put Derek Oliver.
Who you got up the middle? Center.
Milk,
Who you got in right?
Chuck.
That's solid. That's solid. Now, do you want to do a lineup?
No, that's the
Okay.
lineup right there.
Oh, you going with that? Okay. But you got to put them. Who's first? Who's batting second?
Well, no matter what, Milk is batting last.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck who bat first.
right.
Milk's batting last, nigga. Nigga, we fight for Brooklyn. Brooklyn milk bad last.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do St. John's now. Different pitch. Different field. Who you got pitching?
My boy, Wayne.
What's the
Mr.
set?
Candy Man.
Candy Man. Who you got catching?
Jake Adams.
Who you got at first?
Salam.
Who you got at second?
Second. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to put Butch Nelson at second.
Who you got up the middle?
Fatty.
Who you got at short?
7.
Who you got at third?
Magic.
Who you got in left?
Ali.
Ali, my guy, man. Rest in peace, Ali. Who you got in center?
Horse.
Problem.
And Wu was playing right for me.
How you just switch that up?
No, Horse is my center fielder, bro. Wu was playing right.
Okay, I'm just asking. Okay, no problem. That's solid out there. You went a little
Now,
old.
if we want to go on the offensive side, Heavy is going to be my DH. Well,
Oh,
yeah, Heavy's going to be my DH.
Your extra hitter.
Yeah.
Who's managing your Kingston team?
Who's managing my Kingston team?
Yeah.
Of course, man. Vinny crazy ass.
Who's managing your St. John's team?
Who's managing my St. John's team?
Yeah.
I would go with Stan.
Stan the man. I got you. Let me ask you this question.
Because I want to give Stan all of these great players that actually played for him on one team.
So he can finally get something right, so he can sit there. Yeah, that's true. Now, there's also been talks about a Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I want to ask you, what would be your criteria to be considered a Hall of Famer?
Again, Hall of Fame are normally popularity contests because you can have all of the great numbers like T.O. and still don't get in. They get it. They put you in there when they feel like putting you in there. And T.O. numbers, you can argue he being the second greatest wide receiver in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's popularity, but I'm going to go with everybody knows who's the great players. Everybody knows that dominance, you have to been a person that they actually try to work a way to find a way to get you out. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's both sides of the ball. You can be a great offensive player, but you can be poor defensively. And that can hurt you too as a Hall of Fame player.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be great on both sides of the ball,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be offense or defense. You can't just be one and think you have to be good on both ends.
Good on both ends.
Yeah.
Does character make a difference?
I don't give a fuck about that.
No. Okay.
No.
It's all
Because
about
everybody has, nobody's perfect.
right.
Everybody has something that they did that somebody may not like. But who cares? It's softball. Lawrence Taylor is the greatest defensive player. I think he's the greatest football player, period. And he had a drug habit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has some issues.
They all do.
Mm-hmm. Salute, family. Everybody in here that tune in. Speedy. Hi. Salute, King. We also have a soft spot for a special person, Mr. T. Tell me what that man mean to you.
That means everything to me. Everything. He always say that he wish he had a chance for me. He wish I was around for him to be on this team. But You know, my wife played for him. He
Mm-hmm.
loves my wife. I love him. He loves me.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guy. You know, his son was my dude. God bless Jerry. That was my
Oh
guy
yeah,
too.
yeah,
You know, that was my dude.
yeah. But Mr. T was coaching the Bucks, and it was funny. I got a chance. He actually was the one that actually before we got there to bring me into Kingston, and I never played with him. Never played with
Wow.
the Bucks, nothing. But he took me to play fast pitch with him. He took me to play fast pitch in the Panamanian League. He took me over there with Jefferson, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, somewhere over there uh, to go. Euclid took me over to Euclid to go play.
Yeah.
Um, so he had me all over the place. So shout out to Mr. T, man, back on here for another interview. He's ready to do one. Um, he said he's ready. I just got to get to find when he's available to get him
Yeah.
to do it. But yeah, that's my guy. That's family for life. He always asks a question. He always tell me when we talk. He said, "Al, a lot of these guys forgot that I was the one who helped them get on." And I said, "You know what, Mr. T? They can forget all they want. I know what you did for me. I can't explain for what somebody else is going to do." So, I think he definitely needs to be saluted. Just like anybody else out there.
Absolutely.
He definitely needs to be out there, especially for what he did for the women out there that he played, that he coached and helped and all that. Oh my God, salute to them.
And remember, all of those Mo Better players used to be his players first.
Right, right. That's what I'm
All of
saying.
those great teams, them guys played for him too.
Yeah, I think it was T's Devils or something like that, right? If I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Anything we didn't cover that you feel like we should have covered, Cuzzo? Or are we good? I got what I needed out of you. You know what I'm saying? I got what I needed out of you. There ain't no controversy. We ain't gonna do that. That's what they
Nah,
waiting for.
controversy is what it is. I don't care about that. Like I said, I had my fun out there.
Mhm.
I did what I did, whether you like me or not. You can't take that away from me.
They definitely can't. They can't take that away from what you did out there on that field. They can say whatever they want to say, but they can't take away from what you did on that field because you definitely produced every time that I've been with you. Like I said, my only regret is that we didn't win a championship together. That was the only thing
Yeah.
I regret.
I'm happy I got it. I got two out there, but it's all right. I got two in Kingston. I got one in St. John's. I got mine.
I just like the fact that I was able to beat you in the Kingston one. Did you get did I get one before you in St. John's, or did you get one before me? I got mine with Genesis.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all beat me. Y'all beat us when we was
There,
fucking
there you
USA.
go. There you go. I know. I just wanted to hear you say it. I just wanted to hear you say it. So,
Niggas ain't shit, bro. I'll tell you, bro. Niggas ain't shit.
but in Kingston though, I think you was hurt when wasn't you when I think
Nah, I didn't lose no championships in Kingston. Y'all beat us to go to the championship when y'all was with Showtime. I was with Brooklyn. Y'all beat us to go
ah
to the championship.
okay,
Now
okay,
I played in that series. We
yeah.
had me and Creek boy. Creek was hitting shit out the ball in that series too, bro.
No, both of y'all was hitting some shit, and
Yeah, Creek,
I'm
man,
playing
God,
center
Lee,
field,
man,
and I'm
that
like,
was
I
a
don't know
bad,
who's gonna hit it the furthest out this motherfucker.
bro.
Y'all both
That
was.
man was hitting the shit out the ball in that series, and we still had a chance to beat y'all had
Mhm.
not Frank Senior walked off the mound. Franklin Pena Senior walked off the mound. Butch still mad at him for that, and I am too.
Yeah.
Love you, Frank. I see your son, yo. His son is my dude, man. I
Mm,
love his son too.
mm.
Little Frankie, when he used to bring him out to the park when he was a little dude. Now Frankie, he's a real good pitcher out there.
Yeah.
He's temperamental like his father,
Mm.
but Frank is he's a good dude. I love Frank, man. I love Frank Jr. and Senior. Love both of them dudes, man.
But before I close, I want to ask you this question: why we can't get the park back? Meaning, some of the guys from the era that we played in. We see a lot of guys coming in, machos and everybody. And I don't taking over the park. Why we can't run our own leagues in St. John's no more? Like, what's the problem? Why we can't get together, bro?
Because people hate each other. There's little petty beefs that people have with one another. Petty beefs. Didn't stop. It's petty.
You telling me it's petty beef is the reason why we are no longer can't get our own league in St. John's?
Hmm. Petty beefs. Now, Jaime, who I know you said he's on there.
He's on here.
Shout out, shout out to my man Jaime. Jaime had the greatest idea ever. Greatest idea ever. For us to get back, if we got back the park and had it to where we controlled it, is that every team has to have a name from a team from Kingston or a team from St. John's. Greatest idea ever if you had a league out there. And you had to wear the team colors.
I think that's a great idea.
That's the greatest idea out there, bro. Shout out to
Jaime,
Jaime for
we
that.
need to put that in motion,
Shout
huh?
out to Qatar.
Hi, we need to
Shout
put
out.
that in motion, bro. Like, how do we make this happen, man? We got to get our park back. Like, that's crazy that we don't have it.
But then again, most of us don't even play no more. We scattered around everywhere.
He said we need to start that St. John's honoring everyone.
That too.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna honestly Kingston Park is a wash because it's concrete. Most people ain't gonna play on the concrete no
yeah.
more.
Ain't nobody playing on that. No, I'm not doing
You know, Saturdays they have a co-ed league out there.
that.
You know, my boy Flo, you know Flo. Flo runs that
Yeah,
league.
so,
You know, I help him out long as he asks me to help him. I'm always help him out.
yeah, I like Flo. Flo's
But
good.
they're trying to take the park from us.
Yeah, I heard.
They're trying to. The people, the little millennials going out there, they done turned the dirt field into a dog park, bro.
I saw that when we was out there. They out there,
It's a
and
dog park.
yeah, it's
That
crazy.
field, that field used to always be locked up. You had to have a permit to get inside that dirt field.
The grass used to always be cut. The field used to be nice and everything. Yeah, I remember that.
Also, condolences to Lloyd, Coach Lloyd. He
Hmm.
lost his granddaughter today. Today was a wake and funeral was today up in Harlem
Oh
on
wow.
116th and Second Avenue.
Okay.
Shout out to Lloyd. My
Yeah.
condolences, brother.
Condolences, Lord. Definitely condolences, man. Damn, sorry I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Hi, we need to talk, man, because you know Jamal is really pushing this issue. He talked to me about it a few times.
You know,
Um,
Jaime plays out there in Five Diamonds. That Manny Jimenez got a really good league out there, brother. That league is
yeah,
nice, man.
I went out there.
That
That's
league is
not a bad
nice,
league.
bro. That league is nice.
Do you own
Fast
out there?
paced, yeah. Competitive,
Mm-hmm.
fair, everything, bro. Everything. Championship game is on Sunday. You
Oh,
got the Tigers versus the Seahawks, which is BB6. And then you got Fun Time versus the Generals in the C Championship.
I don't know none of those guys. I know the Seahawks. I think I know some of them guys from the Seahawks.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Oh, okay. All right, Cuzzo. Anything else you want to close out with, brother? Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
It
Took
always.
us a long time to get this thing together.
I mean, we both had
Yo,
some.
man, and on the top of your screen, it got chopping up with A60, Regina Lashley. My name is not Regina Lashley, my brother,
It's not on there. I already took it off. So chill
but
out.
it's still on my screen.
Well, you shouldn't have got off the screen. You the one who broke the thing. It's you.
I ain't bring nothing, man.
But when people go and look at it, it says it on the. I don't know why it's saying it up there, but I see it. So
But
leave
like I
them out.
said, I've been playing, last couple of years playing with the Black Sox and playing the 40 and over tournament they have out there. Guys come from St. Martin and St. Croix to come out to play softball. Shout out to Chip. That should be fire, bro.
Chip.
Last 2 years I played with the 2 years I played with the Black Sox, we lost in the championship. You know, but it's all good. I'm having fun, man. Enjoying it, man. This past summer I've umpired out there. I didn't play. I umpired.
Oh, you umpire.
Hmm.
Don't you have your own umpiring team?
Yeah,
Like,
me and Vinny. Me and
oh,
Vinny.
you and Vinny? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We
That's what's
trying to get our own organization, being that we have so many leagues within our circumference.
yeah.
We need to have our own little crew.
That's what I was gonna say. Because y'all know all y'all right there with each other. I don't see why you don't. Y'all got a crew.
Petty shit. Petty stuff.
Nah, I don't want to hear all that shit. Whatever.
It's petty.
Don't make sense to me. But okay.
Petty shit, man.
Mhm. Well, thank you, cousin, for coming on. I appreciate you always. You already know. And but let everybody know about. I don't know if you want to talk about it. We talked about it a little bit. Don't you do a podcast? Don't you do?
Yeah, me and a couple of my boys from work, my boy Jared and my boy Dwayne, we have a podcast called Three the Hard Way Pause. It's on YouTube. I think we got like 6 or 7 episodes up. You
Mm,
know, give us a you know, comments, follow, subscribe,
mm.
stuff like that. We're
Look,
trying to build it up.
look. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go find it right now, so I can show my support. So you don't think I'm just bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear nothing.
Oh yeah, and I just want to shout out to all of the sore losers that's crying about the election or the selection. Shout out to the sore losers.
Okay, go ahead. Speak. You on it now. You might as well go ahead.
It's sad to see black people crying. They had a grief day in Columbia University the day after the election because kids was too distraught. Bunch of sensitive suckers in this world now. That's what happens when you start giving participation trophies to kids instead of letting them compete. I hated getting a second place trophy.
Oh yeah, them participation trophies don't work good for me.
No, second place. We can lose in the championship. I ain't bringing that home. You the first loser.
Yeah, I see like two different Three the Hard Way podcasts, bro. I see like how many people y'all got in your group, man?
It's just three guys there.
Is it the
Think
number three?
think so. I don't know how Dwayne got that thing up there, man. Pause.
Oh my god. Hold on one second. Y'all did one with the top 10 players.
Top 10 play. Nah, I ain't do nothing like that.
Um,
The first episode we was in the locker room at a basketball tournament. We were sitting there just shooting the breeze.
I see. I know this can't be with three white dudes.
Nah, definitely ain't that.
Then I see another one. It said Three the Hard Way Sports.
No. It's Three the Hard Way podcast. Pause. Has
Oh,
pause in it. Now, back to the losers, right? All of these people. And it sickens me that people are mad, right? About Trump being elected as the president again, the 47th president. So what? Who cares? Who cares? At the end of the day, instead of wasting energy talking about his shortcomings, and then when somebody acknowledge it brings up the shortcomings of the candidate that you wanted in there, you start crying about how it was a long time ago when she was locking up more black people than anybody. Oh, but what about the Central Park Five? Okay, they told on each other, and it was a bad situation. But The DA, Linda Fairstein, was a Democrat that wanted to lock these black men up, and she withheld the evidence that freed them.
Mm.
Nobody want to talk about that. These Democrats, but y'all want to be married to these dudes, to this party. Black people should never be married to no political parties. You back the candidates that have your best interest, whether it be a Democrat or Republican or independent. Back the people that have your best interest at heart. And y'all get mad, oh, the America didn't want a woman of color. She ain't black. She ain't never claimed that. All of that stuff she was lying about, her taking pictures in her little memoir she had with her grandmother. Her grandmother died 4 years before she was born. How's she taking photos with her as a baby? Y'all dudes got to knock it off, man. She lost. She lost. Her policies is horrible. You put this country in the position they in now, and now all of a sudden you want to fix it. How, Sway?
Well, I'm not into politics, so I can't
No,
comment on
but
that.
I don't care about that. I just want to. I don't really care because at the end of the day, I'm going to be doing what I got to do for mine.
Agreed. Yeah, that's me too. Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
just not. I'm just talking about these dudes, the sore losers. They go on the radio crying like the Steve Harveys, the D.L. Hugleys, Ricky Smileys. Y'all dudes is crying because somebody lost.
That's just how they feel.
Like, oh yeah, in both parties you got fanatics. And
Mm-hmm.
let's not forget the Democrats were the party of the slave master before the Republicans came on board in 1861.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what the Democrats gave y'all in 1861? They gave y'all the KKK. That was their organization. It's a Christian organization brought to you by the Democrats. So if we're gonna bring up old stuff, let's bring up old stuff.
Well, you gotta know your history before you do that.
We're gonna bring up old stuff. Every black person from 1861 to 1935 elected to the Congress was a Republican. What happened from 1935 to today that made us switch to becoming Democrats? Because black people were never Democrats. Black people love John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy was a Republican.
Okay. Quincy said the party ideology switched.
It's all the same. It's the left wing and the right wing connected to one stinking bird, bro. It's one bird. They serve the same master. We can't be married to nobody. We are 13% of this population. We control nothing. We created rap music. We don't control nothing. We drive the culture of everybody, all over the world. We drive the culture of the world. We don't control nothing. We need to start fixing ourselves. Everybody laughed at Jalen Brown when he was talking about building his Black Wall Street all over again. Everybody laughed at him like it's funny. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all rather hate on another brother trying to do something positive than help back and help build and like, yo, let's rock with him.
But that's the one issue with our culture that I have an issue with is that we rather down each other before we support each other. So and a lot of people one don't support because they're not knowledgeable, so they automatically knock it out, or don't want to become knowledgeable, so they'll knock it out.
No,
Um,
that's because it's propaganda. Now, anybody from New York, throughout the 80s, did you ever hear that Donald Trump was a racist?
in the '80s,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not me. I didn't.
He didn't become a racist till he ran for president.
What my boy says? My boy said one wing has the KKK and loud about the white supremacy. Yeah, my boy Q said he support all things black businesses.
And that's what you're
Yeah,
supposed to do.
I
But
know you do,
a
Q.
lot, all black businesses ain't created the same.
Yeah, you got to watch that.
All black businesses ain't created the same. Because I tell you, on the corner of my block it's a black owned nail salon. I ain't into bashing, so I'm not gonna say their name.
Black
Boy, I'll
Nelson.
tell you,
See that?
yeah, black owned nail salon.
Wow.
There are quite a few in Brooklyn alone.
Really?
There are quite a few of them. But I'm
I'm
gonna tell you the one down the block from my house is horrible. The service is horrible. Horrible.
that bad?
All black businesses ain't the same.
Damn, I would like to go to all black nail salon.
Nah, it is one right on the corner of my block.
I ain't going to that one. You just told
I
me.
wouldn't recommend that either. But again, the one black business that we all support are the black barbershops.
Yeah.
We support that. And if a black liquor store, we'll support that too, because mofos got to get their drink on.
Well, support A60 is black owned.
Absolutely.
Support
Absolutely.
that. That bread is good.
Again, like I said, in any political party, they're fanatics. You got idiots in everywhere. Everywhere. You got idiotic Democrats. You got idiotic Republicans. You got a bunch of idiots. Because and you also have to understand that everybody grew up different from you. When you have somebody drilling in your head constantly that all black people are bad and this and that, you can't fault them for believing that. You can't fault them. Everybody was brought up differently. Shit, hell, the way most black people walk around, we think all black people are bad. We walk around mean mugging each other all the time.
Hmm.
I didn't grow up like that, not in the 70s. I didn't grow up like that. We all was good. Now you got little dudes running around cursing and carrying on when your mom's there. Your mom's is walking up the walkway with a bunch of grocery bags, and the kids is walking past, screaming SMD and smoking weed, blowing weed in your mom's face and stuff like that, and watching her struggle.
Mm.
That never happened when we was growing up. We saw somebody mother with bags, everybody ran down there and picked up a bag.
You speaking some true facts, man.
But everybody want to talk about Kamala Harris because she went to Howard University. White people go to Howard and Johns Hopkins and all of that, right? White
Oh
people
yeah.
go to HBCUs too.
I was confused by that. I ain't gonna.
East Indian people go there too. Not just black people go to HBCUs. All races go to HBCUs.
Yeah.
Stop it. She lost. They had a terrible race. They had a terrible plan. Their policies sucked. They lost.
Well, she's not in office, so just got to move forward now.
Everybody act like racism just started. 13 of the first 16 presidents owned slaves. And the one that allegedly, supposedly freed us hated our black asses too. Because he was devising a plan even before he became president to ship our black asses to Central America, South America, and send some of us back to Africa before he became president. And that's Abraham Lincoln. Niggas better get their facts right. Donald Trump was a racist when all of these he hanging out when Michael Jackson was going through his trial. Guess who was with Michael Jackson all the time throughout every court date? Donald Trump.
Yeah, he said he was in Mike Tyson's joint too.
He was at every court date. When Nelson Mandela got out of prison, Donald Trump sent this private jet to pick Nelson Mandela up out of prison in South Africa.
So I don't think people know that information that you're spilling out there. That's some tea that I think a lot of people don't know or don't not trying to find out.
And just like they paint and talking about, oh, he didn't let black men. Steve Harvey is good with this act like a woman and think like a man garbage that he be spewing. These pandering ass dudes pandering to women to make money because they know women will are the number one consumer. They know that black women buy.
Yeah, I don't think he should be the one giving out advice.
No, how could you give out advice and you cheated on every wife you had?
Yeah, I don't know how you give it out advice. I agree with that one. I
But
don't think so.
you telling women to act like a woman and think like a man. When women are trying to so busy right now trying to be men, they're losing their uniqueness. That's what makes us different. Stop trying to do exactly what men do, because now y'all gonna want to stand up and pee soon.
Some of them do.
Those ain't women. We ain't in the land of make believe, baby. We ain't doing that. Mm-mm. I ain't doing that, buddy. Listen, I done seen a video where somebody said there was 72 genders.
Huh?
Yeah, 72 genders. Where?
72.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where's the third one?
Damn. I hope they got a list.
Because during our time when we was in COVID, only 2 genders said they had COVID or died from it. Not 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 the other 74, 72. No, 70, whatever it is. Only men and women were getting it.
Hmm.
Only men and women were getting COVID.
That's interesting. I don't read. I don't read too much anymore about that stuff. I don't read the newspapers, anything like that either. So,
A lot of this stuff is propaganda, and a lot of these guys today's athletes, social media is the worst thing for a lot of people. It's good for us. I appreciate it because without social media, I wouldn't be on here talking what I'm talking right now.
right.
But for some of these star athletes, some of them need to unplug from social media
Mm-hmm.
because it drives people crazy. And I also want to address this guy, right? I have put up a post about the Joel Embiid situation where he went at the
Cameraman.
reporter. The
Yeah.
reporter. It was a reporter for Philadelphia Inquirer reporter, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
also a black man. And I said I understood why he did it. I never condoned it, never said he should have did what. Then I had this guy, this dude named Norman Fisher. He's a coach, something. I don't, you know. So he gets on and not, I guess he read what I said and got immediately in his feelings, like most black people do. This is why black people need to understand politics. Get out your feelings because the Democrats use identity politics because they figure that they'd get you, sucker you into voting for her, for Kamala Harris, because they said she's black. Identity politics don't work. They get you in your feelings, you start moving differently. When you're in your feelings, you can't think. And that's why I say there's no such thing as emotional intelligence because the two never go together. That's like oil and water, doesn't mix.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, right? Dude gets on there. Instead of him reading what I said, the journalist, you need to be more responsible. If you're going to talk about Embiid's his play, leave it at his play. When you start involving family members, that's off base.
Of course.
and then you brought up his deceased brother. I don't care if you was using it in the motivational way that he was saying that something that he said about how his brother was motivating him to want to make him want to play. That's leave that alone. And then you talking about his son too. Leave his family alone.
Yeah,
Now,
you should not have
these
recorded.
guys are always plugged into social media and they're a different type of sensitive. So he reacted the way he reacted. Again, I didn't condone it. I just said I understood why he did it. My man gets on there and he starts going into some soliloquy about me advocating black on black violence. I never said nothing about somebody. All I said was like the reporter should be held accountable for what he said, and Embiid should be held accountable for what he did. And he got suspended. They
Mm-hmm.
suspended him for 3 games. The reporter didn't get suspended from his job, no matter what he said.
Because what did he hide behind? Freedom of speech?
That's what they do. Now, also, when he came into the locker room and Embiid went at him and started lashing out because before he went at him and put his hands on him, there was a verbal sparring. And we know how brothers act when it comes to certain things like that. We get into a point where, well, I ain't no sucker. Especially when it look the person that you arguing with looks like you. So you don't want to back down. So you stick your chest out even more. So you double down. Instead of saying, listen, Joel, I'm sorry I made a mistake. I didn't mean it that way. Can I explain to you how I meant it? Maybe you would have had him calm down and then y'all could have had a reasonable discussion instead of shouting at each other because when two people are shouting, nobody's listening.
Yeah.
So instead of him doing that, he went the other way, and then it was in the shouting match. So Embiid got loose again. Joel Embiid is 7'2", 300 something pounds. How you expect to win this fight without a gun?
He should have just left.
No, he could have calmed the situation down because there's a certain thing called de-escalation. And trust me, I had to learn this myself. Everything doesn't deserve a harsh reaction to. Everything doesn't deserve that. And this is some mental health shit for people too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be macho or brave or whatever you want to call it. It's nothing about, first of all, we too old to be suckers or worrying about what somebody's thinking about you. My bad, Joel. I didn't mean it that way. Can I have a sit down and talk to you and I'll discuss to you how I was trying to convey my message. I didn't mean it in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, this brother is talking about this stuff and you know nothing about me. You absolutely know nothing about me. He talked about all of how he's a youth mentor and things that I've been mentoring kids since I was a kid. I understand this already, brother. You don't know anything about me. Oh, I see that you work for FedEx. You can't put your hands on people at work because they say something to you. You absolutely can. But there's the repercussions to everything that you do in life.
Mm-hmm.
Consequences and repercussions.
Right.
I can put my hands on somebody for saying something to me at work. I absolutely can. But I have to deal with whatever comes behind that. Just like Joel Embiid had to. But he's worrying about one side, but that's not the solution. The solution is both ends. Because if you're a youth mentor, you're supposed to be looking at solutions, not just what one person is saying and not the other person.
I think some people just be talking out the side of their face just to hear themselves talk.
So if this gets to you, Coach Norman Fisher, learn who you speaking of before you start speaking. Don't speak about people and then applaud yourself because we all had a past. I'm sure you did some nefarious stuff before you became the person that you are today. I'm sure you did. Because most black people I know that follow the Muslim faith got that when they was incarcerated.
Mhm.
You know, I said it too.
That's true.
And I said it to you. But anyway, that's what we need to learn how to diffuse situations.
Mhm.
We have to start looking at each other as brothers. Again, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But if anybody called on me, I'm going to help you out as any way I can. Don't matter whether you like me or not.
Right. All right. Uncensored with Jamal.
Trust me, it's gonna be some people that's gonna see this and they're gonna watch it and they're gonna have some comments behind that because these dudes is mad about an election.
I'm not.
Instead, now just for all intents and purposes, Donald Trump's a racist. He hates black people. Why, instead of harping on what he's doing, don't you get with your black brother and y'all start building together? That's just an idea.
The ID been around for a long time.
But they feel that this is just so racist, you know. Again, I'm not going to throw names because they're going to because they still commenting on stuff that I said right now. Because I've seen a few Facebook notifications come through, people commenting on certain things. But
No,
it is what it is, man. I'm having fun with people.
no, I don't think. Nah, ain't nobody say that.
Nah, I'm talking about on some old posts that I
Oh,
put up
old
there.
stuff.
You
Oh,
know, I
yeah.
always like, come on, man, you got to bait the trap to catch the mice.
I hear that. Keep baiting them.
I'm having fun. Solution to all the people's problems. Get together and unify. Stop crying about a Democrat or Republican. Stop crying about it. You're getting lost in the fact that we're all niggas to them. Don't matter if you like them or not. Kamala don't give a damn about nobody that voted for her.
That's
Just
most
like Trump
politicians.
don't. They don't give a damn.
That's most politicians. They don't.
Yeah.
But it is what
I
it is.
like Trump because he's entertaining. It's just entertainment for me. Because
I
he gonna say something stupid and people gonna get mad.
I don't even I don't even pay him attention. So
You still gotta do what you gotta do for yours.
yeah, I don't pay it. So I do what I got to do on my side. So I ain't worrying about it.
See, what killed us is we don't have no more big mamas in our communities no more. We don't have that. Grandmother 36 years old, man. Grandma's still trying to get out there and live. Grandma 36.
Yeah.
And then they talk about black fathers being absent. But when you look at the numbers, black fathers are the most involved fathers of all races in this country. Maybe if people got past, even if your relationship doesn't work, let's say this, right? Your relationship doesn't work because we both been there
Mm-hmm.
where we had relationships with women that produced children
Mm-hmm.
and the relationship didn't work out. But your relationship didn't work out, but you have to co-parent. But you can't co-parent if you didn't get past what the relationship between you and him or you and her. You got
Mm-hmm.
to get past that. Y'all relationship didn't work. You moving on, he's moving on. But at the end of the day, the job is to raise the child.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this, right? And I'm gonna because you're gonna get some female backlash from this. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and this is 100% fact. Men love unconditionally, and women love under conditions. And this is not 100% for everybody. Nothing is 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is a man will sacrifice his happiness for his family, and a woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness. That's why divorce rates are where they are.
Mm-hmm.
82% of divorces are filed by women because they say they're not happy. And nowhere in your vows did it say anything about your happiness. It says for better or for worse. So it's telling you that you have to work through whatever issue you have, not to run away and say, oh, I'm not happy, so I'm going to go do this and I'm going to go do that. Because again, ladies, as y'all get older, you're less desirable to men. And this is a fact because you have too much trauma that you don't want to let go. You got too much trauma that you don't want to let go in order for you to flourish in a relationship aspect. And if you have children, men don't want to deal with you when you have children because they know that they don't come before anything. Your children going to come before everything. That's why a lot of men shy away from dealing with women with children
Mm-hmm.
because they already understand the dynamic of it. And this is not for every woman. This is not for everybody. The majority, though, yes, it is. And then you have to understand that you can't expect, because I hear women say this, oh, when I become his wife, he ain't getting no wife treatment out of me while I'm his girlfriend, but you want him to do husband stuff for you when you his girlfriend. Y'all cry about a man got to pay your bills when he's your boyfriend. That's not his job. When you become a man's wife, you're under his covering. So, yes, provision is needed for you. That's when you get the provision. Don't think that you get that as a girlfriend.
Hmm.
If he does that, that's a courtesy. And that means that you have a good guy on your end, and most women are allergic to good dudes. So you're gonna lose them anyway.
Yeah, I guess so.
Numbers don't lie. 24%, 26% of black women get married.
Mm.
Mm. Majority of black men don't have kids. Majority of black women have children.
Mm. I'm gonna leave those statistics alone.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, we have to learn how to live and love one another.
that's right.
Black women, black women need black men, and black men need black women. Y'all so busy trying not to be like your parents, but your parents were happy.
Yeah.
The feminist movement fooled y'all because before the feminist movement, black men and black women were married at 80% clips. We were most married in the country before the feminist movement. Why are we the least married now?
Times has changed.
Ideologies, because just because you went out and started working and getting some money, it didn't change anything. Didn't change anything. Just like they talk about women's right to vote. The right to vote in this country has always been tied into your military service. That's why men had the right to vote, because men were being drafted into the army, going and die. When they started creating jobs for women in the military in the 40s, that's when women had the right to vote. That was in World War II. During World War II, the women weren't on the front line shooting at nobody. They were the nurses, the secretaries, military service gave y'all the right to vote.
So it's a good history lesson.
But at the end of the day, we need to be better with each other.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Plain and simple. I'm not bagging on y'all, black women. Y'all gonna come for my cousin now. I'll be in the comments getting back at y'all. I'm not. Don't come for my cousin. I ain't trying to hear that. We ain't doing that.
Nah, they gonna.
Accountability. Be accountable. Men are held accountable all day for everything. Be accountable for what you do.
That's good. It's good to get some feedback from some women. I want to get feedback so we can address some of those comments, the things that you said on here. So that'll be good. So I would love to get some feedback from some women. Any women that's out there, please join in the comment box. We want to hear some feedback because maybe I can get him to debate with somebody on here. I can get a female on here to debate with him. We can get that.
That'll be fun.
We can do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna set that up. We're gonna see if I can get one of the females that's bold enough to get in that chat box and get ready. So I'm getting out of here. It's time for me to go to bed now. Get ready to go to work.
Yeah, me too.
I appreciate you, man, for always being there for me, man. I just appreciate you a lot, man.
Absolutely. You already know.
For sure, family. Thank you for joining the show, bro.
All right. Salute everybody. We out.
Salute, King. Get off this thing. Get off this thing. All right, everybody. A60 is closing out. Thank you to my guests, my family. Jamal gave me a lot of insight on softball, mental health, how do you deal with death, and of course, finishing out with the politics, and of course, getting a little confrontational with the women. We like to hear those type of things. So if any women want to go in there and battle with him, hey, put it in the comments. I'm pretty sure he would love to hear. He would love to hear that. Um, I would love to hear the feedback as well. Until the next show, we'll be back next week. I'm going to be doing something next week with a good friend of mine, Coach Darryl, from Speedy Training. He'll be coming on to talking about coaching, mental health in the kids in coaching, parents putting pressure on the kids, making the kids have that mental health. He will be on the show as well as next week, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And we'll be talking about those things. And I'll have a bunch of people, parents joining in, and we'll have a good conversation about mental health in basketball or in sports in general, where the parents are putting pressure on these kids and forcing these kids to play. So we're going to definitely be talking about that next week, Wednesday at 7 o'clock on the A60 show. Peace and love to everybody that joined in. Appreciate my guests and family as always. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. A60 is out. Peace and love.